Two Dope Boys used to be my spot.
Early Two Dope Boys.
Yeah.
Before they switched the model to just share like everything.
Yeah.
They Shasta Shake and Mecca. They didn't miss.
I know we talked a little bit about physical media. You know, shout out to anybody who enjoyed Record Store Day. I missed out on it this year because
they had Murder Was a Case in there too.
What?
Yes, Murder Was a Case on vinyl. I actually might need to go up to Indie CD and vinyl and see if they still have any copies.
There were people lined up on Friday night.
Yeah.
So shout out to all the record stores that participated in Record Store Day, specifically Indie CD and vinyl. That's where I saw a line. The night before to get in there to get some of those exclusives. And like, shout out to Andy. Like this is a dude who has real integrity. I think I wanted him to hold something for me. Mm-hmm. And like we know each other outside of any of the sponsorship situation. He's like, no, you got to come in and get it. And it was a couple years ago, but I still wound up getting it. It was the Big Mac Bad Boy thing but they put it out on vinyl and gave you the tape. I still have it wrapped up. I just had to get it off the streets.
That's dope.
Yeah, but honestly, I think that might be the last physical media that I bought. Like, because I don't buy video games anymore, and I certainly don't buy CDs. Mm-hmm. Do you guys even remember the last time outside of buying an album? Because vinyl is really the only that's the only real wave as far as buying physical media. When was the last time anybody bought a CD?
So my last CD was Damn when Damn came out.
Yeah, I think that might have been it for me too.
Yeah. No, I take that back. I actually bought Fonte's last album, and that came out after Damn. Okay. So I bought an autographed copy of it.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
You said outside of vinyl?
Yeah, because vinyl, like honestly, that's what I'll still buy vinyl if I see there's a limited edition piece. Like I bought the Killer Mike because I can't listen to it enough times for it to register as an actual sale. I don't have that kind of time. So because I respect the art and the artist, I went ahead and bought his album.
Yeah, I bought Janelle Monáe's album.
Okay,
the vinyl because
the last one with okay. For various reasons.
You're on demon time with your purchases.
But
I just buy vinyl anymore and music for collection purposes.
For collection.
Like, I don't have I have a turntable in the other room, obviously, but it's not even. I think it's in the box. You know what I mean? So.
I think the last CD I bought might have been like a limited Larry June CD.
Okay.
Yeah, it was something special.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah, I don't even remember the last CD I bought. Don't even remember. Couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, but the days of going to the store and just picking up a CD
it's not the same. If music came out on Tuesday instead of Friday, maybe I would be more inclined to go.
I really wish they would get back to that. Not only because it gives you time to sit with it, but and you can speak to this a little bit from the DJ's perspective. You're trying to get some music, and even if people have heard it. It hasn't sat with anybody and attached itself. You almost have to wait till that next weekend for people to care.
Even then, though, it still might not hit. Just because, I say this because I live in Indianapolis, but there is a huge social media push for some of them Beyonce records. And this is, two Beyonce records, Riverdance and Two Hands to Heaven. And I played both of those records this weekend, and it cleared the dance floor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it probably depends on the setting and situation.
Yeah, I was like, maybe it was the place I was at, but I don't know, man. I thought everybody loved Beyonce.
I don't know. Beyonce has her songs that are hit and miss because you can play a Beyonce song and everybody's hype, and then you can play a Beyonce song and it does nothing.
Yeah.
But, of course, you have the Beyonce, the Beehive. They're going to jump out whatever you do. Mm-hmm. But I'm with you when you write on the Tuesdays because Tuesdays gives you time to let it breathe. Mm-hmm. And if you want to add something to your crate, by Friday, you ready.
Yeah.
If I got to listen to it on Friday, then now I'm scrambling to put the new thing in my playlist in order for me to play it out. So,
and plus,
I can kind of dig that.
You don't listen to unless you sit. If you like one of those people that can sit up and wait until midnight, or whatever.
Job
exactly. Yeah. So it's like, okay, I haven't even had a chance to sit with it, and then maybe I try to listen to it in the morning before work or whatever, and then it's still not enough time. So I really wish as an industry we would get back to releasing records because on Friday, I don't know why that change was made, but I never thought that would fly.
Nah.
Yeah.
I think every Tuesday was a holiday, essentially, especially if you had a lineup of dope stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Choices were made.
We really don't run into those issues anymore either, where people actually drop. At case in point, the whole conversation we having now, people are hiding from certain release dates, man. I remember there was one.
Oh yeah, people was pushing stuff back.
I remember there was one weekend, man. I spent my whole just winging it check. I spent my whole just winging it check on nothing but CDs.
Yeah,
it was it was tapes because I could buy more tapes than CDs.
Right.
So I think it was the week. I think 𝐀𝐁𝐎𝐔𝐓 came out.
Music Soul Child came out that same week.
What else?
Wasn't that when Hard Knock Life, 𝐀𝐁𝐻𝐿, Lauryn Hill?
Hard Knock Life would have came out in the summer.
I think it was X that came out.
Okay, there was
Flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood.
No, that's another Tuesday I'm thinking about.
Yeah, that is.
No,
you thinking about 98.
Yeah, that was the year that 𝐀𝐁𝐻𝐿 came out.
Yeah.
So I think they came
that's
out.
not the same year that Music Soul Child. I'm thinking of stankonia.
Okay.
So to your point, on September 29th, 1998, 𝐀𝐁𝐻𝐿, Jay-Z's Volume 2, Hard Knock Life.
Okay.
Black Star. Tribe Called Quest, The Love Movement.
That's it.
And Brand Nubian's Foundation.
There's
All
a
on
whole
the
lot
same
going
day.
on there.
Didn't Lauryn Hill come out that day?
Doesn't say it.
It might have been that next week or something. I remember in that window, it was something very close.
That brings up a very interesting question that we're kind of talking about. Maybe this can be a subject. We've been talking about with the rap beefs, and we've been talking about it with, just as we're talking right now, right? About release dates and back in the day, you know, I remember for me specifically, if two albums came out on the same day, I would just get both of them if I liked them both. Unless I just didn't have any money and I had to choose between one and two, which I had to a couple times. But then I would just get it the next week or then a couple weeks after that. It was
Or
like
a
2 weeks.
dub.
If you was getting them at Best Buy, they were on sale on that Tuesday. So you almost had.
That's why it was crucial to get in that first week.
But do you guys think that release dates are being pushed on us like they matter in that aspect? You know, with the Drake and Kendrick beef and the Taylor Swift stuff, do you think they matter in the same sense of like, or is it just like a marketing ploy to get us to hype some stuff up to some degree?
I don't think it matters at all anymore because everybody's only paying one price to listen to everything. So you're going to be able to listen to both records. If they were to drop on the same day, you're going to listen to both albums. You're probably going to stop everything you're doing to go listen to them. I remember I was out in Las Vegas when Damn dropped, and I stopped everything I was doing to go listen to that project.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's anything to be said about the attention span argument to where if too many things drop on the same day, let's say a super fan, Kendrick, would go and listen to Damn on repeat, but maybe they wouldn't go listen to that new Brand Nubian album, even if they were fans of Brand Nubian or Odyssey or whatever, you know what I mean?
So when you talk about a monster versus somebody in the underground, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because if, at the end of the day, I'm probably going to listen to the one I least likely want to listen to first, and I'm probably going to skim that one. And then I'm going to listen to the one I really want to listen to.
So you're
I'm probably going to run it back again, you know?
So you're a person that eats the food that you don't like first off the plate?
Yeah.
I am too.
At least taste it.
Yeah.
I get it off my plate so I can enjoy the stuff that I want to enjoy.
Yeah.
I just remember when there was another one of those days. I think it was stankonia and the Dynasty album came out the same day. Remember, of course, I bought them both. Luckily,
Absolutely.
I had it like that. Outkast and Jay-Z on the same day, and it was like Jay-Z edged them by like maybe 3,000 or 4,000. It was a small amount, but stankonia went on to be a much bigger record.
Definitely.
But it was
they was shipping platinum back then.
Yeah. You know, it might have been the difference in how many they shipped to the stores, you know, and who got the number one spot. But I just remember, okay, I listened to the Jay-Z first, but then like what I listened to more often was the Outkast.
Right, because you liked it more.
You know, and so now if that would have happened today, I probably, you know, now mind you, I was doing a lot of driving back and forth between Carbondale and St. Louis, so I had a lot of time to listen to music. You know, there wasn't no such thing as podcasts then. It was music or nothing. But say it was today, you know, I don't know if maybe I would have maybe fast forwarded through some songs, or not even fast forward. I just skipped songs that maybe didn't grab me in the first 30 seconds, maybe in a minute. I wouldn't have given. Now I don't give songs the really amount of time that I did before.
Not at all.
And plus, like back then, I would listen to. I just put on an album, press play. You know, if something started to annoy me, I wouldn't just be like next, because like I paid for this, so I better find a way to enjoy it. But it's not like that now. Just like when I tried to listen to the Game's whole last album, there were just songs I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
The one where he was on Kanye's nuts, talking about he did more than him than
And
more
then,
him than Dre.
And then like the Eminem song where he was trying to like kick up a little dust and you know, and get people talking.
Yeah, that's I like to call that blogger brain, because I remember when I started blogging music, and Terry and I were blogging a lot of stuff with Bringing Down the Band. It was like, you know, you start blogging because you enjoy music so much and you want to share it to so many people, right? Mm-hmm. And then it becomes something that you do every day. And back in our heyday, we were sharing like 10 to 12 posts a day. Mm-hmm. And I was getting, I've said this many times, I was getting like 100 emails a day. You have no other choice than to like just sift through all of the music, and you kind of just inherently pick the part, you know, it's just like, yeah, I like this. No, this part sucks, so I'm skipping, you know, it's like, almost everybody's doing that now. Mm-hmm. But back then it was like, it was really hard to explain what it's like to listen to music to some people, because it's just like, man, like, I don't even do it intentionally. It's just, it's a high standard for me to literally let something sit and play. And so to this conversation that we're having, it wouldn't personally bother me if multiple things came out on the same day, because I could very easily sift through the stuff that I don't like and be like, well, I like 7 songs on this 40 that dropped, you know.
I kind of miss the blog era as opposed to the playlist era that we in today, man. You know what I mean?
What's the main difference to you?
The main difference is I think I trusted some of the people a little bit more than I did
the playlisting.
Yeah,
it just seems so random.
These gatekeepers, if you will.
It just seems a whole lot more corporate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it used to be like, I knew if I saw it on this website, it's a chance that it's probably dope. Now, not everything,
for sure,
but most times that I hear some stuff over there, like Two Dope Boys used to be my spot.
Early Two Dope Boys, before they switched the model to just share like everything.
Yeah,
they Shasta Shake and Mecca, they didn't miss. Like they were like all the stuff that they shared way back in the day, and then they kind of switched their model up to sharing a little bit more of a broader approach of everything, and then you had to start sifting. But
smoking section was tight.
Yeah,
Not Right had some stuff.
Not Right, yeah.
OK Player.
OK Player used to have heat.
Yeah.
OK Player honestly doesn't get its props for almost being, you know, if they kept expanding that model, that was honestly the beginning of what I would consider to be my social media journey. Even though it wasn't called social media at that time.
No, the message boards.
You know, because I would. That's when I would, you know, somebody talking about Little Brother. You know, it predates social media and the blog era.
Yep.
You know, so if you knew how to navigate through OK Player, you might really get put on to some stuff. And, you know, the only thing is, I think it also encouraged a lot of bootlegging, because say you heard something really dope, and what would be the first thing people would be like? Link?
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
Pirate Bay.
Yeah, so it predated a lot of that stuff. I remember, you know, really like going into general discussion in the lesson. The lesson is where you'd get up on music, and then they had a high tech section, but the lesson was my joint, because you might actually hear Questlove recommend something.
Yeah,
you know.
I guess I wonder, like, if there's now when we stream and we consume albums, we can get through albums pretty fast and make our own decisions.
They're also not as long either.
That's true as well. But back then you had to make a financial investment. You know, like you're investing into something and you're like, all right, cool. I'm going to, you know, I think that's where the whole thing sit with an album came from, because you had to sit with an album. Now you don't really have to sit with an album. And I'm not saying that it's good or not. I think you probably should sit with albums, but
you were more invested in it because, like you said, you spent money on it.
Yeah. So that goes into the, like, again, so fast forward to now, or even the blog era, you know, it's like you said, Byron, you know, you had voices that you could trust, you know, those people out there that you knew that they were curating, you knew what they were doing, you knew that they already did that work for you. So there was a little bit of that already created. I wonder if there's a space for, and maybe you guys know of some people out there like that now, but I don't. That, I mean, don't get me wrong, Two Dope Boys is still around, OK Player is still around, but there aren't really very many voices of people that are curating stuff in that same manner as there used to be. I wonder if there is space for something, you know, like that.
I don't think so.
I mean, I think there is, but it's not a website anymore. It's what we doing.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean? So if you have a podcast to where you just use your podcast to introduce new artists,
it would be
got to be you've got to grab some type of rapport with the people before they start trusting you.
I would love for this show to be similar to that, to where we could spend 30 minutes an episode just listening to new music that we didn't know about and like reacting to it. If there was a pay model set up to where we wouldn't get demonetized automatically for it, like if there is a split share model out there where we could do some stuff and we aren't going to automatically get blocked or something down the line, that would be awesome. But I feel like the infrastructure is just not built right now for us for that. And so it's
for us, because like that's pretty much what 𝐀𝐿 does. He sits there and listens to an album and reacts silly to it.
But he gets the Twitch.
And he gets paid. He gets Nike deals. He get, you know what I'm saying?
Well, he has some, the same
and
way.
He doesn't even have like great taste in music or anything. He's just a guy that has a fan base.
He's a personality.
But it's just, there are ways probably to do it, but I don't know if because just like Joe Budden, they can do the sleeper section and they can play music on the show. There has to be a license and the relationships to do it, and it probably costs a decent amount of money, just like
probably built in with his deal.
Yeah, but just like with especially when he was with Spotify, so it was like all right, let's do this. Same thing with when everybody became a bedroom Twitch internet DJ, during the pandemic.
Panty down.
The only person that really had the license to do that was D-Nice. He was the only one who could go longer than an hour and never get,
Jazzy Jeff.
Oh, yeah. But, if you were, I'll just say, when it was me and DJ Metronome, I remember one time we got into a little rock set and played Pat Benatar and both our phones shut off.
Wow.
And I was like, because we tried to stay away from certain artists, and I'm still getting, because when I would post some of what we were doing on Facebook, I'm still getting copyright
I'm getting those
situations
from a long time ago.
And I'm like, this was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And so it was like, we had to silence out this part, whether it was I was doing it with Metronome or Lockstar, and rest in peace DJ Indiana Jones. I'm still getting those notices, and I'm like, and what's crazy is this, how on top of it, the powers that be are like, they tell you when the copyrighted section starts, when it ends, exactly what song you played. I was like, man, if y'all paid this much attention and took this much into actually paying the artist, like, people wouldn't have so much to complain about.
It's all automatic. None of that stuff is like people sitting at a computer screen being like, sure. It's all AI. And the AI, and it's really good. It's really good. It's really good. But capitalism. So